What up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome or welcome back to the channel. So I'm back with another quick reaction for you guys. In this caption, it says 22-year-old mother says no man wants her because she got 6 kids at the age of 22. So we're gonna get into this little short video clip. Make sure you guys chime in the comments below. I want to hear your thoughts on this one. Why do you think she's having a hard time finding a man with 6 kids? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on this one. Let's go ahead and get into it. Here we go.
Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, I'm only asking this question because I want y'all opinion. This is not to start any beef or to incite no drama. I just want to know, how do y'all feel about this situation? 22-year-old mother says no man wants her because she got 6 kids at the age of 22. Not going to give my opinion here because I want to know y'all opinion. Let me know down in the comments and send this to 10 people so they can come back and tag people and post their comments. Let's go.
What do y'all think? So I thought it was an interesting question. It's pretty much what we talk about all the time. A lot of women get offended when they hear men who say, I don't want to date single mothers. They get offended when men say they want to create their own families. They don't really want to deal with single mothers, especially when they have several baby daddies. They just don't want to deal with that. Some women are confused by it. I think some women are just getting the memo and realizing that there are men who out here who don't want to date single mothers and they have a preference. Just like there are women who don't want to date men who have kids who are single fathers. There are women who will not date a guy with children. But I think it's less common when it comes to men. I think there are more women who are acceptable of a man with children versus men who are acceptable of women with children. And I think the reasoning behind that is because the men aren't the ones who are the sole, have the sole custody of the child. Usually the women are the ones who have the sole custody of the child. So that means the children are in the household. So that means you as the man coming into that relationship, you're going to be responsible for her and her children. And 6 children is a big responsibility. And on top of that, I think a lot of women don't realize the responsibility that you're asking from a man. You don't realize what you're asking for him and how much it's going to take for him to have to come in and take on you and all of your children. That's a major responsibility. And if you're looking for the type of guy who has his stuff together, you want him to make a certain amount of money, you want him to provide for you and your kids, you want him to have all of these things, a man who has all of those things is not going to want to come in and take on that responsibility. He wants to create his own family. And honestly, I don't see why that's so hard for people to understand. And I think the thing about this is, like I said, I was raised in the hood where everybody was single mothers. A lot of my schoolmates were pregnant at 15 and 16, 17 at the latest, 18 at the latest. And a majority of them were not married. Some of them married later on, but the majority of them did not. And so my thing is this, I don't think they think about the future or the consequences. I honestly don't think that people really put much stock into the future. They only see now, what they're doing now, what they think now, and that's it. I don't think it even crossed their mind about later on. Like, well, if I go out here and create, get babies with him and it don't work out and we're not married or anything like that, how is that going to affect me getting a man later on? I don't think too many people think about that because they don't see that as a problem. And that's because they don't talk to men. Women talk to other women, and women sit around and come up with ideas and they conjure up thoughts and feelings, and they believe what they're saying without ever consulting with a man to ask him what he would want. How does he feel about this? All this talk of body count and all these things and how it can negatively affect you getting a husband and things of that nature. I didn't hear too many of these conversations growing up. So, I think it is a shock to some women when they get out there and they realize, well, dang, nobody really want to be with me. I'm gonna have a hard time being in a relationship with a man who can take me seriously with 6 children. Most men don't want to come in and take on that many children. Most men are not going to want to come in and get in a relationship with a woman and be responsible for her 6 children. That's a major deal. That means he's going to have to provide for her, them 6 kids, protect those kids, make sure that they're good. And, as much as women like to say, oh, well, you're not going to have to do all of that. Their fathers do this and their fathers don't live in a household. He lives in a household, so that becomes his household. He has to be the leader over that house. So he determines what goes on in that house. If the kids aren't always, with the fathers, they got to be there too. So he's going to have a say. He's gonna have to chastise those kids. I mean, if he paying for groceries, he ain't gonna buy groceries just for you and him. He gotta buy it for the kids too. If the children need something for school, holidays, birthdays, all of that come up, he's gonna be providing for all of those kids. He's gonna have to get a gift for every one of those 6 children. He's gonna have to be in those children's lives full time and take care of them. A lot of women don't think about the responsibility that's gonna be put on the man. They don't. They really don't think about it. You think, oh, it's just easy. He could just come in and take me and my kids as a package deal. No, this is not back in the day when all them stepdaddies did that. You know, a lot of these men want their own children and they have every right to want that. They shouldn't have to. I mean, and once again, if you want to do that, that's your business. That has nothing to do with what you choose in your personal life. If you find a woman that you are attracted to and she's a good woman, and she happen to have kids and you are attracted to her and you want to be with her, you want to take that on, that's your business. Anytime you do something like that, just know what the possibilities could be. But ultimately, most men don't want to take on that responsibility. They just don't. And you talk about a man who doesn't have any kids, he hasn't been married, he want to get married and have kids with his wife. That's going to be very difficult for that man to choose a woman with that many children. And with 6, I'm pretty sure, usually at that point, you don't want to have any more. So he doesn't even get his own kids out of it. So I could see if you take a woman on who has 2 kids and then she's open for more, and then you give her, she gives you 2 or 3, and now y'all have 5 all together, then I can see a blended family like that working. But, it's just what it is. And I don't think people added up the cost. I don't think a lot of women really thought about the future and thought about how this was going to affect them in getting, a husband or a man or whatever who's going to want to come in and take care of all of those kids. I'm just saying, I don't think they thought about it. It's the reality in which we're in. And, I always say, look, anything is possible. It's not likely, but it's possible. You never know. Because like I said, there are men who date women with children and they found somebody that was compatible with them and they, doing the damn thing. And hopefully it works out, just like any relationship. Any relationship that you get into is a gamble and is a risk. So you have to take the chance. But some men aren't willing to take that chance when it comes to another man's child. And they shouldn't be belittled or put down because of that. They should be respected for their choice, just like you want men to respect you for your choice that you make. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? You can't control people's choices and what they want to choose or what they want to do. We can look at the outcome. We can look at the statistics and say, hey, you might not want to do that, but we can't stop people from doing it. And if they have to go through it themselves and see the outcome, then that's just what life is. You go through life, you got to take a chance. You determine what chances you want to take in life. That's not for anybody else to determine. Or to be belittled or shamed because they don't want to do it. What's y'all thoughts on it? What do you think in the comments? I definitely want to hear from you guys. Comment, like, subscribe. Y'all know what it is. Hit that bell. That is it. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.